Hi, lovies. I hope that you're good. I am good as well. So let's continue with the series of getting to know me. Ne? So we left off where I got the traineeship from Deloitte. So I got the news. I was so excited. She sent me the contract via mail and I signed. I sent it back. So at this point, I'm very excited because things are finally happening in my life. Things that I prefer. And I was so happy. My mom got discharged. We went home. So, but at this time, mind you, sorry, there's something I omitted, or maybe I said and I forgot. So the electricity has been cut off, So I did my grade 12 without electricity. I used to study using my katoche. Okay, so I went back. I was so happy, and there was just full of hope, man. I felt like finally I'm at the end of the tunnel. I can see the light. But so I also applied for a bursary at Deloitte, but they declined the bursary. They did approve the traineeship, but they did decline the bursary. So I'm back at square one. I need to finance my studies. So that was in 2015. So the first quarter of 2015, I was still, in that era of trying to live with the terms that I'm not studying and working, and then also the excitement of getting the traineeship. The second quarter, I went to go and work MOS-NELDA at Spa. So while I'm at Spa, I think I also told that story, where people would just come and congratulate me, but then they always had that funny comment of saying, but somebody with points as high as yours is not supposed to be working here and stuff like that. That really eat me up. I swear to God, inside that used to eat me up because I know for a fact. And mind you, after that, my dad did try to apply for loans. That time that I got my points came out or whatnot, I don't know, did they think I would fail or something like that? But only then did that hit them to say, okay, our daughter passed grade 12 and now she has to go to university and stuff like that. So only then, mind you, my dad at this point don't have any livestock, nothing. And for Hereros, it was like funny because everybody was just saying, now why don't your father go and sell cattle? And in my heart I was like, he doesn't have any, he would have sold. But anyways, then he went to the bank, but mind you, this man had unpaid on his account. So everything was declining. So I went to go and give in my CVs at the bank, at the different banks. I gave in at every bank. I also then settled to work at Spa. While I was at Spa, we had this neighbor. She was an HOD for a primary school. And then she came to pay at my till, and then the thing goes. Then she was like, oh, you have good marks and whatnot, why are you not here? Then I just said, no, it's because we don't have money to pay for my varsity and whatnot. Then she was like, oh, okay, if we get a relief post, I will come and get you and whatnot and whatnot. So, one morning, I don't know, I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks from there, she came early in the morning. But I was not at home. When I got home, I was told that my ex-neighbor was looking for me. And mind you, my shift was starting at 2 o'clock. I rushed that morning. And I was wearing a vest, a vest. I didn't have a full shirt, it was like a vest. So I rushed, and a pink jean. I remember it was a white vest and a pink jean. Ne? So I rushed to the school, and then she was like, "Oh no, I finally found you something. We have a relief for a teacher, Afrikaans grade 4. Are you ready? Can you start now?" I said yes, because I was thinking, like, if I take the teaching job, once I get to my studies, I would knock off it at 1 o'clock, and then I would be able to study most. Now I would have sufficient time. I worked as a relief teacher I started in August, the 1st of August, yeah, until the 31st of December. So I was still checking in with RT them, I was still checking in with them because it was temporary. It was no concern at all, because I had to report every step, everything that you have to do. I had to report. So, mind you, until December, the contract was until December. I never got paid. That time, relief were being paid by check. I didn't receive any check until December. December is the time I received 3 of the checks. I received 3 of the checks. I came actually to fetch it in Ochiwarongo. I drove all the way from Okanja to Ochiwarongo because people are just like, the checks are ready, but the checks are not coming. So, and mind you, I didn't get paid for August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, for 4 months, because the December one was supposed to be released somewhere during December or something like that. So when I called the finance department, they said that the checks are ready and they are ready in Windhoek. So I drove to Windhoek to go and fetch that. Then I arranged with the finance lady in Ochiwarongo so that they cannot send the checks to Ochiwarongo, so I can just pick the checks up in Windhoek. When I drove to Windhoek, when I came to Ministry of Finance, they told me that no, they just sent the checks to Ochiwarongo. Then I had to, mind you, I didn't have money. This was my last money. I drove from Windhoek to Ochiwarongo. And that time it was like around 3. So I got the checks. But by the time I got the checks, the banks were closed. I didn't have transport to go back. And I didn't know anybody in Ochiwarongo. So my mom called my neighbor and arranged for something most now. So I went back. Guys, in my life, I haven't seen so much money, because the check that time was approximately 7,000. So in total, it was like 21,000. I had 4 checks. Literally, when we were driving, going back to Okanja, the only thing I was looking at is whether they had made mistake on the check, because I was respelling my name, rechecking everything, and whether the amount, hey guys, I was so excited. And that time my priority was actually to pay electricity, because you had to pay like half and whatnot. Fine, sharp. I get home, I couldn't even sleep. The check slipped below my pillow because your girl got paid. And then the next morning, I decided to go and cash in the checks most now. I did successfully. I was an F&B customer. I did successfully cash in, and then I withdrew the money. Not all of it, and mind you, I still had the December check left. So that one, I preserved it for the registration. So I went to go and cash in the checks. I went to the municipality. So the night prior, when I got So the night prior to that, when I came back with the checks, I was so excited. I was telling my mom, I'm going to pay the electricity and everything so that they can come and at least open. I'm going to pay half, not everything. So that they can at least come and open the electricity and stuff like that. I was so excited because at this point we had gone without electricity for about 2 years.